Horton's world welcomes you. The night is alive. Rain slashes down, driven by a wind that howls through the ancient city. Above it all, a Gothic cathedral stands defiant, its spires piercing the storm clouds. Perched on the edge of the sacred structure are figures frozen in stone, gargoyles. Their grotesque features, normally hidden in shadow, are illuminated by the lightning, revealing expressions that are both menacing and mournful. Tonight we dare to unravel the enigma of the gargoyles. Join us as we delve into their mysterious past, exploring the legends and lore that have surrounded these enigmatic creatures for ages. The image of the gargoyle is instantly recognizable, even to those unfamiliar with their history. Their grotesque features, often a blend of animal and human, are both fascinating and unsettling. Sharp teeth bared in a silent snarl, leathery wings folded against their backs, and eyes that seem to follow your every move. They are creatures of the night, born from the shadows and forever bound to them. Gargoyles have captured our imaginations for centuries, inspiring countless stories, legends, and works of art. From the monstrous figures that adorned Egyptian temples to the fearsome creatures depicted in Greek mythology, the concept of the grotesque guardian has been present in human culture for millennia. As Christianity spread throughout Europe, so too did the tradition of incorporating grotesque figures into church architecture. Medieval gargoyles were often depicted as demons, devils, and other creatures associated with the underworld. Their presence on sacred buildings served as a stark reminder of the dangers of sin and the eternal consequences that awaited those who strayed from the path of righteousness. But the gargoyles of the medieval period were more than just instruments of fear. They also served as protectors, their menacing appearances believed to ward off evil spirits and safeguard the souls of those who worshipped within the church walls. The popularity of gargoyles waned during the Renaissance and Enlightenment periods, as architectural tastes shifted towards more classical styles. However, the 19th century saw a resurgence of interest in Gothic architecture, and with it, a renewed appreciation for the grotesque beauty of the gargoyle. Today, these creatures of stone can be found not only on ancient cathedrals, but also on universities, libraries, and even private residences. They have transcended their original religious connotations to become symbols of imagination, creativity, and the enduring power of myth and legend. From literature and film to video games and comic books, gargoyles continue to capture our imaginations, their menacing grins and watchful eyes, a reminder that even in the modern world, there are still mysteries to be explored and secrets to be uncovered. To truly understand the enduring fascination with gargoyles, we must journey back to the very cradle of civilization. Long before the soaring cathedrals of Europe graced the skyline, the ancient Egyptians were already masters of incorporating grotesque figures into their architecture. These early incarnations of the gargoyle, though different in form and function, shared a common thread with their medieval counterparts: a deep-seated belief in the power of images to ward off evil and protect the sacred. These were not mere decorations, they were guardians, protectors of the dead, and keepers of sacred knowledge. The grotesque figures that adorned their temples were not meant to be aesthetically pleasing. They were intended to inspire awe, fear, and respect. Among the most ubiquitous creatures found in Egyptian art and architecture were those associated with the Nile River. Crocodiles, hippos, and fish were all imbued with symbolic meaning, representing the life-giving waters of the Nile and the dangers that lurked beneath its surface. These creatures were often depicted with exaggerated features, their teeth bared, and their bodies contorted in menacing poses. The ancient Egyptians believed that these creatures served as guardians of the Nile, protecting it from evil spirits and ensuring the continued fertility of the land. Across the Mediterranean Sea and the bustling city-states of ancient Greece, a similar tradition was taking root. The Greeks believed the world was populated by supernatural beings with fearsome powers. From the Cyclopes with their single, all-seeing eye to the Hydra with its multiple heads, Greek mythology is replete with creatures embodying human fears. These beings found their way into Greek art and architecture. The Romans adopted this tradition, carving grotesque figures into their architecture. They transformed them into functional water diverters. These early Roman gargoyles represent an important link in the evolution of these fascinating figures. They demonstrate the fusion of the practical and the symbolic. For the Romans, the grotesque was an expression of a deep-seated belief in the power of images. These early gargoyles serve as a testament to the enduring human fascination with the strange and the unknown. In the centuries after Rome, these traditions lived on in European monasteries and churches. As the medieval period dawned in Europe, a new architectural style began to emerge, one that would forever alter the landscape and provide the perfect stage for the gargoyle. Gothic architecture, with its soaring arches, intricate carvings, and emphasis on light and shadow, was a far cry from the Stoic Romanesque era. These cathedrals, built over generations, were testaments to faith and ambition. Every detail, from stained glass windows to intricately carved capitals, was imbued with symbolic meaning designed to inspire awe. Amidst this symphony, the gargoyle came into its own. The medieval world was a place of stark contrasts where faith and fear walked hand in hand. Life expectancy was short, plague and famine were ever-present threats, and the church held sway over every aspect of daily existence. The gargoyles, with their grotesque features and often menacing expressions, served as a visual representation of the forces of darkness that the medieval mind believed lurked at the edges of civilization and within the human soul itself. Yet, paradoxically, these terrifying creatures also served as protectors. They were a physical manifestation of the struggle between good and evil that played out in the hearts of the faithful and in the very fabric of medieval society. The imagination of the Gothic artisans knew no bounds when it came to creating these guardians of stone. While some gargoyles were depicted as fearsome beasts, their fangs bared and their claws outstretched, others were more whimsical in nature, their features a blend of animal and human, their expressions ranging from the comical to the downright bizarre. There were griffins with the bodies of lions and the heads and wings of eagles, their sharp talons gripping the cathedral walls as if ready to take flight. There were dragons, their serpentine bodies winding along rooftops, their mouths agape, spewing forth not fire but the life-giving waters of rain. And there were chimeras, those fantastical creatures composed of parts from different animals, a testament to the medieval fascination with the strange and the monstrous. Gargoyles were not mere decorations. They were sermons in stone, conveying messages, warnings, or moral lessons. Some scholars believe they represented sins, reflecting the ugliness in the human soul. Others see them as reminders to remain vigilant against temptations. Their grotesque beauty continues to fascinate us, a testament to our enduring fascination with the strange and unknown. A terror on the Seine. The story of Saint Romanus and the dragon is shrouded in legend. It takes us back to 7th century France, to the ancient city of Rouen. But in this idyllic setting, a darkness had fallen upon the people. A terror lurked in the shadows. La Gargoyle. Imagine the fear that gripped the hearts of the villagers. Whispers of the dragon's latest depredation spread like wildfire. A farmer's livestock found slaughtered and half-eaten. La Gargoyle, a name that sent shivers down the spines of even the bravest knights. Their prayers were answered by Romanus, a humble bishop known for his piety and compassion.
Though not a warrior, I possess unshakable faith and love for my flock.
He resolved to confront the dragon with his belief and a simple wooden cross.
The villagers feared for my safety. They pleaded with me to reconsider.
But Romanus calmed their fears, assuring them God would protect him.
I ventured alone into the swamp, following the dragon's trail.
The air grew heavy with decay, broken by croaking frogs and buzzing insects. Finally, I reached the dragon's lair, hidden behind moss-covered vines. La Gargoyle emerged from its lair with a roar that shook the very earth, its eyes blazing with fury. The creature towered over the bishop, its scales shimmering like 1,000 shattered rainbows.
The villagers gasped in terror, fearing for my life, but I stood firm, my gaze unwavering, the wooden cross clutched tightly in my hand.
He spoke to the dragon with compassion and understanding. The dragon hesitated, its fiery breath faltering. The dragon lowered its head and allowed me to approach. Romanus, leading the now docile dragon, returned to ruin where the villagers greeted them with awe and relief. The dragon was slain, its body burned, and its ashes scattered.
But its head remained intact. I ordered the dragon's head to be displayed on the church as a reminder of the power of faith and the triumph of good over evil.
Le Gargoyle, once a creature of terror, became a guardian, its visage forever etched in stone, watching over the city. When stone takes flight. As twilight deepens, a palpable shift occurs around ancient cathedrals. The air grows heavy with anticipation. Onlookers might feel a primal shiver, an instinctive awareness they are not alone. For it is at this mystical hour that the gargoyles awaken. No longer inert, they shrug off their earthly forms, their eyes glowing. They become creatures of the night, their true nature revealed. Some envision them soaring silently above rooftops. Others picture them perched atop spires, ever watchful. These nocturnal excursions are not mere flights of fancy. Eyes that pierce the darkness. Witnesses speak of an unsettling intensity in their gaze. Their eyes, normally cold stone, burn with an unnatural light. Some describe them as glowing red, like embers. Others report a pale phosphorescent glow like will-o'-the-wisps. This eerie luminescence is seen as a sign of protection. Their eyes, piercing the darkness, perceive unseen threats. Whispers on the wind. The awakening of the gargoyles is often accompanied by unexplained sounds. Passers-by report hearing strange whispers carried on the wind as if the creatures are communicating in an unintelligible language. Others describe a low, guttural growling from the rooftops, a sound that sends shivers down the spine. These noises are often attributed to the gargoyles' role as protectors. Some believe they are warnings to ward off evil spirits. Others interpret them as prayers for divine intervention. These sounds remind us that the world is a place of mystery. Guardians of the Threshold. Gargoyles are not just superstition, they are deeply tied to medieval cosmology. They served as guardians of sacred spaces, repelling evil. Their grotesque forms were meant to protect, not harm. As night falls, they silently watch over the sacred spaces. They are keepers of secrets, witnesses to centuries of human drama. A fade into obscurity. The reign of the gargoyle met its twilight. The medieval period gave way to the Renaissance. Gothic grandeur lost favor to the classical revival. Cathedrals took on a more refined aesthetic. Interest in the gargoyle waned. They seemed out of place amidst humanist ideals. New buildings featured elegant sculptures. The gargoyle became a relic of a bygone era. Enlightenment's shadow. The Enlightenment, with its emphasis on reason and knowledge, cast a long shadow over the gargoyles' fate. Once protectors against darkness, gargoyles were dismissed as curiosities of a less enlightened age. Their presence was tolerated for historical value but not incorporated into new designs. Some thinkers ridiculed the gargoyle, seeing its grotesque features as a reflection of ignorance and fear. The gargoyle, once a symbol of protection, became a target of mockery. Yet its image retained a haunting power, a reminder of darker human impulses. A Gothic Renaissance. The 19th century witnessed a remarkable resurgence of interest in all things Gothic. Fueled by Romanticism and nostalgia, a Gothic revival swept across Europe and North America. Architects began to incorporate these grotesque guardians into their designs with renewed purpose. This revival was a creative reimagining, blending medieval forms with contemporary sensibilities. The gargoyle became a symbol of imagination, craftsmanship, and Gothic aesthetics. From stone to screen, the modern gargoyle. The gargoyle has secured its place in the modern world. Its image has permeated popular culture, appearing in literature, film, video games, and comic books. It symbolizes mystery, the supernatural, and the allure of the grotesque. In literature, gargoyles are both villains and heroes with surprising depths of emotion. On screen, they soar through the night sky, their shadows a reminder of ancient myths. Once a symbol of medieval piety, the gargoyle is now a canvas for modern storytellers. Whether on a cathedral or a novel cover, the gargoyle captivates, blending beauty and terror. Silent sentinels, timeless tales. In the shadows of these magnificent structures, our gaze drawn upwards to where the gargoyles perch, we are reminded that their story is ultimately our own. Etched into their weathered features are echoes of ancient beliefs, and a testament to the enduring power of the human imagination. They are a bridge between worlds, connecting us to a time when reality and the supernatural blurred. The gargoyle stands as a timeless reminder of our fascination with the strange. What will you discover in their gaze? Whether gargoyles penultimately proves to be a creature of flesh and blood, a product of our collective imagination, or something entirely unexpected, the journey itself is a testament to the power of human curiosity, the importance of scientific inquiry, and the enduring allure of the unknown. Yet, they also represent strength, wisdom, and the potential for transformation. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the history of gargoyles. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to Horton's World for more explorations into the world's most fascinating myths and legends. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What other mythical creatures or legends would you like us to explore next? Share your ideas and let's keep the flame of mythical creatures burning bright. And as always, stay curious.